And welcome to another video. So today we are checking out a BloodCraft Unlimited deck. This one is of course aggro blood, primarily focusing on of course getting as much damage on the board as humanly possible, or in this case vampire possible, and basically just winning the game straight up as soon as we can without dragging it out too long at all. So we're going to get right into this and check it out. So for this video we should have three, all of which are reasonably quick, as playing unlimited aggro blood is very fast deck and definitely alright if you're looking to just straight up win games as quickly as possible, although there are some other variants of these decks that do a little bit better, I think, overall. But if you're just looking to smash out games as fast as possible, winning or losing, this is definitely the deck for you. Unfortunately, we ended up kind of bricking our early game here. We didn't really get anything that we could use to our advantage turn 1 or turn 2, other than potentially Razor or Summon Bloodkin, which neither of those seem like great plays, to be honest, so I'm not looking forward to that too much. Although, the Urias Levenduke off the top there, definitely a good play, although, of course, Dancing Blade was a perfect counter. At least we had a chance. This time we'll go for the Traitorous Duke instead. A 1-5, a little hard to remove, especially without the Evo yet. And our next turn looks promising. We should be able to remove at least the 2 cards from this board without too much trouble. Although it's cost us a lot more health than it's cost our opponent, which is not how this deck is designed to function. We just got the raw end of the stick in the early game, which does happen occasionally. It's not the end of the world usually. You can recover usually by turn 4, as you see here. Obviously, Sword wasn't looking forward to having to deal with the Duke, and that's why they end up conceding. And this is also why we're doing 3 games and not just 2, because if you quickly run into that, that can be a problem. We do have another sword matchup. Again, this one is a different sword matchup to the last one, although all of them are usually pretty quick concedes, as I mentioned. Because once you do establish that good early game, especially against Swordcraft in particular, the games just end very quickly. And we ended up actually getting a good turn 1 here, so Cursed Brand is going to be great against Sword. I don't really have a lot other than Duke, so at least this way we can start dealing damage. Ooh, Craving. That's a nice little bit of bait there, to be honest. I'll actually gladly accept that. But really, Sword hasn't really done anything to disrupt us too much. And they finally got something on the board. Luckily, Entrancing Blow deals with this no problem. Actually a really good counter to Leod in general against Sword. And we can spread our damage out over this entire turn, giving us 8, leaving them with just half their health left for next turn. Which, considering we also have Enraged Commander, we can actually use that for 5, and that's another half of their health already, so all we need to do is maintain 2 cards. Which doesn't look to be too promising, thanks to, of course, Veiled Reckoning. And the Seraphic Blade. Wow, that was a really good turn. Fortunately for them, we do have the Levendukes again, with the, of course, Ambush, with the Ambling Wraith. Ambling Wraith is just coming down hard with that and getting us extra damage in. So we just need to maintain 1 damage, that's all we need. And we can easily use our Commander. Although it's not looking too promising, but that's going to be game right there. Really, we didn't even need that. We could have easily just played Snarling Chains. That would have ended as well, luckily. But really, that worked wonders. For our third game, a different craft we're going up against, Forest. Also another deck that actually doesn't handle this sort of deck very well. Because typically, Forest in Unlimited is Roach Forest, so you can usually deal with that pretty easily. Since we're playing a lot of low-cost followers, a lot of early game stuff, where they're looking to finish the game in the mid-game without doing much before that, so usually getting the win on Forest isn't too difficult with this deck. Although we did get a pretty awkward hand, to be honest, so this is not looking too promising. This is really the only problem I found with this deck. You can easily run into a chance where you're just like, wow, I have nothing, and I can't play anything. So Whirlwind Rhino Roach plus Airbound Barrage. Airbound Barrage actually getting a reprint in the new set. Not looking forward to that. Airbound Barrage is always a troublesome card, and to see that it's going to be sticking around is never fun. Although I'm not a big fan of forests to begin with a lot of the time, so... So we're going to get a full board worth of Hellblaze Demon. Great, it's going to be a nice little buff. Giving us Savage Wolf, a really good 6-2 Storm. So next turn, if we want, we can potentially deal 10 damage if we can free up 2 board slots. I don't think we can fill up the... empty out 2 of the board slots, but we can definitely get 1 free slot.
Ooh, that's cold.
So Savage Wolf plus a Evo on the bat. That's a very, very nice 12 damage. Actually puts them in range of Enraged General plus Bloodwolf, even if they manage to wipe the board here. Although the chance of them wiping this board is reasonably low, in my opinion, based on what Roach typically has. Although that healing's not fun, but we've still got lethal, so it's not a problem. That does close out that game. So even with those 3 games, this deck is that quick that we still finish in under the normal amount of time for a video, which is fine by me. This deck does a wonderful job at just getting you those quick games, so I highly recommend it if you guys are interested. It's also not super expensive. We've only got, I believe, what, 6 legendaries in this deck, 3 of which are the, of course, Duke and the Commander, so that's pretty okay. If you guys did enjoy this video and want to check the deck out, the deck list will be in the description below. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Until next time, guys, see ya.